And hello again, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of What a Great Idea. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever been washing the dishes and maybe using one of these dishwashing scrubbers, these wands where you put the soap in there? I mean, these work great. There's no doubt about it. But what happens when you're finished? What do you do with something like this? You put it in the sink, you create a mess, you put it on the counter, it's even a bigger mess. Well, now no more messes because of our next product. It's called the Tidy Docks. And with us here today to tell us more about it is the creator, the inventor. We have David D. Cristofaro with us, and he is joining us to tell us more about that. First of all, David, welcome. It's good to have you here, my friend.
Thank you, Bob. It's great to be here.
Did I say your name correctly?
Yes, you did.
Oh, good.
Yes.
All right. I want to start with that. Well, you have come up with a great idea.
Thank you.
First, what is the Tidy Docks?
Well, the Tidy Docks, in this particular case, this is our kitchen soap and scrubber dock. And it's a dock that is functional, it's convenient, it's neat, it's stylish and attractive, and it's used to store a dish wand scrubber.
And this is it right here, correct?
This is it right here.
All right, let me move
and
that away.
a soap dispenser conveniently at the kitchen sink on the kitchen counter, so that it's available for the next use.
Okay, and as I was saying at the beginning, we'll get more into the Tidy Docks itself, but it's the mess that's created by these utensils. That's the problem. But tell me a little bit more about you. How did you come up with this idea, and what prompted you to create this?
Well, that's an interesting question. My background is engineering, and I've been an engineer for about 37 years, and it's been in the infrastructure engineering field. We've designed bridges and roads and utility lines, and so that kind of gave my wife the impetus to ask me to solve this problem. And the problem that we've had over the years, and you kind of touched on it earlier, we've been using these for about 35 years.
Right.
And when you're finished with them, we used to place it on the counter.
I know, it's a mess.
And it made a mess. The soap and the water came out, and we'd have to wipe the counter down every time. And so after a while, we bought something like this to store it. It made a mess in the tray. And we'd end up having to drain the tray, clean out the tray. So then
made a bigger mess.
It made a bigger mess. Exactly. And so then after that, we started hanging it from that little divider between the sink tubs in the kitchen sink. Well, it looked unkept. It looked kind of tacky, quite frankly. And the germs on the kitchen sink, I don't know if they were being transferred onto the sponge, back onto.
Possibly.
Exactly. So
she said, David, help me. Come up with something, right?
She said, David, you're an engineer.
Come on, help me.
You need to solve this problem. And the other problem with these, Bob, is when they get dry, you start to use them again, and you can't get the soap to come out immediately, and you have to work it and work it. Some of the manufacturers of these make pumps on them so that it tries to pump the soap in.
Gotcha.
Doesn't work. So we'd invariably have to go underneath the kitchen sink into the cabinet and squirt a little bit of soap on it just to prime the pump.
Just to get it going.
Or prime the sponge, exactly, get it going. Well, that was inconvenient to have to go underneath the sink.
Sure.
We can keep the soap on the counter, but again, that adds some more clutter. And so, you've got clutter everywhere. The soap bottle, the scrubber, it's a mess.
But here is the Tidy Docks.
Here is the Tidy Docks.
And this has everything in its place.
Absolutely.
Completely accessible.
Absolutely.
Easy to get to. But I notice you have, as we've talked about, you have the wand scrubber in here. You don't have a regular sponge. Is there a reason for that?
Well, yes, there is. The problem that I was dealing with was solving the dish wand scrubber.
Right.
However, because we used this, that was my focus. The sponge itself, you can actually insert a sponge into this circular opening and use it just as you use a scrubber. And the soap itself is available for priming the sponge. It's
no more bending down, no more reaching in the cabinet.
Exactly, exactly. So
Great idea.
It made everything convenient, and as you'll notice, it has an angle to it so that the sponge.
Something tells me there's a reason for that angle.
There's a reason for that.
Here comes the engineer part, right? Why does it have the angle?
Well, it has the angle so that the sponge drips in the sink, not on the counter.
Perfect.
Exactly. And it works for any kind of mounting. If your sink is under mount or over mount, the amount of space between the dock and the drip is enough that it'll drip in the sink for any kind of mounting.
See, only an engineer would think of that, right? But that is so important. I mean,
It
that's
is.
one of the great benefits of this. Once again, it's called the Tidy Docks, and you can go to the, you see the website address right on the screen right now. For more information, you can go there and find out more. And it's only one of the products, by the way, that David has in his mind about the Tidy Docks line. This one's for the kitchen scrubber. There it is right there. If we could take a look at these over here, because really what caught my eye were the skirts. That are around. They're all different. So you make different skirt designs for
Yes, yes, we do. And let me show you the skirt.
Okay.
It's made out of nylon spandex. It just stretches right off and comes right off.
Neat.
We make a number of these skirts, and there's the potential of making an unlimited style and color of these skirts.
To go with any decor in the kitchen,
Exactly.
anything like that.
And you'll notice we make them in black.
Right.
And we make them in white to go with the decor of the kitchen.
Right. So I also noticed, you know, there's like an alcove design on the bottom. Why is that?
Again, that angle is very important for that dish wand to hang over the sink.
To drain properly.
To drain properly, exactly. And so this alcove was made so that when you place the dish sponge, dish wand sponge, and the dispenser in the dock, the handle fits neatly into that alcove, allowing the angle so that the dock drains, so that the sponge drains into the sink.
That's right. Well, once again, no more messes, all right? And you know, you've experienced it as well at the kitchen sink, and you're cleaning the dishes and washing, and then you're finished and the dishes are great, but you've got another mess in the sink. You've got another mess on the counter. Now it's Tidy Docks, the kitchen scrubber to the rescue, and you can get any of these skirt designs to match your decor. There are rings on the bottom as well.
Yes, there are. Let me show you the ring.
Can I see that?
Yes. This it'll be easier to show this one.
On inside?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And if you can see.
We'll have our Tidy Docks cam go on the inside.
Oh, great. If you can see on the inside, there are rings on the bottom, and the purpose for those rings is when you set the soap dispenser in the dock, it locks into those rings, so now it's very secure. It's not wobbly. If I pull it up a little bit away from the ring, you can see how wobbly it can be. So by having the rings there, it locks it in.
You've thought of everything. Once again, everything in its place, everything that you need. Easy, quick accessibility. Go to the website, find out more about the Tidy Docks. David, thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Appreciate you being here. Any final comments, any final thoughts you'd like to share with us?
Sure. The dock, as I said, is neat, convenient. It's attractive, it's stylish, and quite frankly, your friends that see it, they're gonna ask you where you got the Tidy Docks.
Right,
because
exactly.
They're gonna love it. And it makes a great gift. And as a follow-up gift, you can buy the skirts for years and years to come. So you know, I think it's just a fantastic product. And the most important thing about it is my wife loves it.
Happy wife, happy life, right? Exactly, no doubt about that. All right, David, thank you so much. Once again, folks, go to that website, find out more, get the skirt design of your choice. No more messes. This solves the problem. Go there right now. David, thanks again, all right?
Thank you, Bob.
Go there and visit the website.